Hola, hoy vamos a hablar de los tiempos de pasado, concretamente pasado simple y pasado continuo. Importante, el pasado simple. Tienen que aprenderse la lista de verbos irregulares, la segunda columna. La pueden encontrar en libros de texto, en internet, en diccionarios, o sea, en muchísimas partes. Es aprendérsela y de todas maneras con la práctica, después de haber visto esta parte teórica, seguro que se les va a quedar fácil, ¿vale? Venga, vamos a trabajar un poquito y cualquier duda que surja, ya saben que aquí en comentarios.
Past simple is used to talk about finished actions in the past. We have to bear in mind some words which help us to distinguish past simple tense from other tenses. For example, ago, yesterday, last week or last year, in 2008, in the 90s, when, then. Okay, and it's also very important to know that in English we have regular verbs which end in ed in the past tense, and irregular verbs which are found in the second column of irregular verbs. I recommend you to study it if you don't know this list yet, okay? And in the past simple we have to bear in mind this structure. We need a subject, of course, and then the verb, and the verb will end in id or with an irregular form depending on the word we want to use. For example, we studied a lot. Okay, studied is a regular verb, so we add an id ending. But if we say we understood the lesson, we are using here an irregular form. Okay, this verb comes from understand. In the case we want to say it in negative, we just add an auxiliary verb. In this case, as in the present tense we had do or does as auxiliary verb. Now in the past tense we use do, but in its past form. So instead of do, it will be did, okay? Did plus not. So if we want to say one of these sentences in negative, we have to say we didn't study a lot. Okay. As you see here, as we have didn't, it is not necessary to write study with id ending. We just write study in infinitive form, okay? And then in the question form we have this structure, and we have to bear in mind that here the auxiliary verb is did. So a question would be, for example, did you study a lot? Okay, good. Now past continuous is used to talk about incomplete actions in process at a concrete moment in the past, or an interrupted action, or several incomplete actions in process at the same point in the past. Okay, and we also have some words to help us. For example, last night or last day at 5 o'clock or whatever. And in the case of an interrupted action and several incomplete actions, when, while, as. Okay, and the structure is very simple because we we need, as in the present continuous tense, the verb to be, okay? But in this case, the verb to be is in past form. As to be is an irregular verb, sorry. We just write was or were. So we can say we were studying at 3, for example, okay? Or I was studying at 3, okay? To be verb and ing ending. And in the case of the negative, we just add a not after was or were. So it would be we weren't studying or in the case of the questions, were we studying? Okay, so that's it. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in class or through comments here in this channel, okay?